Good day to all respected judges, dedicated teachers, and viewers out there. I am Yenny Chi. Now, my students call me Teacher Yenny. I've been teaching for 18 years. Now, I'm teaching at SMK Sultan Yusof in Batu Gajah, Perak. The title of my research is Using Digital PNA+E Table to Teach MUET Writing Task 1. And this is the abstract of my action research. 2021 marks a change in the MUET as Majlis Peperiksaan Malaysia (MPM) rolled out a new format that aligns with Common European Framework of Reference Specifications or CEFR. Anyway, Task 2 is still extended writing, but Task 1 has changed to replying to an email or a letter. Students will be assessed on language and the fulfillment of responding to the content of email or letter. There is no maximum word count, but students should write at least 100 words. It is suggested that students use 25 minutes to attempt this question. So here is a stimulus for task 1, which I took from past year paper MUET Session 1, 2021 as the pre-test question. Although the stimulus is simple, students still struggle to answer this question. Now let's look at before intervention. Based on the pre-test, the students had similar problems as listed. They elaborated briefly or very briefly. They ignored the stimulus given in a statement form. They forgot to use the words under notes in the stimulus. They did not organize the paragraph accordingly, and they always forgot to elaborate the elements in the stimulus. Let's look at one sample script. For this excerpt from a script, it shows that this student could give the activities that are related to health but could not elaborate the benefits and element of fun for the two activities. There were many students with similar problems. Another problem faced by my students would be the tendency to ignore the prompts in the stimulus. For example, in this case, the teacher asked the student to choose a team to join from all the groups that she has set up for the school program, but it is ignored by this student. Instead of answering the prompts, students tend to give irrelevant responses. For this example, this excerpt of script shows this student ask an unnecessary question such as, "Can I invite a few of my friends from other classes to help teacher?" According to Kaya, readers are easily overwhelmed by strings of details or events. Although writing task 1 seems simple, students still struggle to answer the question. Students felt the need to utilize several strategies and techniques to assist themselves in comprehending text or the stimulus. Even though Graphic Organizer is a good tool in teaching and learning, teachers must be cautious when choosing or creating graphic organizers to incorporate into learners' writing. Otherwise, learners will be confused and disorganized in their learning with poorly constructed graphic organizers. Egan further claims that the learners need a clear and straightforward graphic organizers to help them understand the text. Stayati and Irwati found that students in the experimental group performed better on writing quality in terms of content and mechanics than the students in the control group. The researchers concluded that after utilizing the graphic organizers, the students managed the organization better and successfully generated ideas for writing. This research has found that graphic organizers can assist the students in various types of paragraph writing. Now, here are two specific objectives of my action research. Firstly, it is to investigate the effect of using digital PNA+E table on improving the students' responses in writing task 1. Secondly, it is to compare the students' performances in the aspect of content in Writing Task 1 before and after the treatment of digital PNA+e table. Now, this action research utilizes Chemist and McTaggart's spiral model of action research. There are 21 subjects in my action research, and they are all Form 6 students from within a class. Seeing my students struggle to respond to Writing Task 1, I dive right in to find solutions to guide my students. Hence, I designed a graphic organizer called PNA+e table. Now, this is the layout of a digital PNA+e table. It has 8 rows with 3 columns. P stands for prompts. It can be in a sentence form or question form. N will be the notes given in the stimulus, and A+E will be the answers with elaboration. This is an example of a material that I used for my teaching and learning session. Next, how to use the PNA+E table. Firstly, the students need to prepare PNA+E table on a Google Doc or Google Slide. Then they have to analyze the P. The third step, it requires them to highlight the keywords. After the intervention of cycle 1, this third step is added into the cycle 2, where the students have to find the words that are associated to the keywords. Next, the students have to elaborate the answers, and they need to make sure that they use keywords in the A+E section. This digital PNA+E table can be used during online class. It can also be used during traditional face-to-face classroom. It helps the students to be an independent learner because the table acts as a guide for them. It is actually a scaffolding strategy because when the students have mastered the skill, they no longer need the table. Now let's listen to my students' feedback. Why do we use PNA+E table?
The PNA+E method has also helped me in understanding that analyzing skill is vital in order to obtain higher marks in task fulfillments. PNA+E also taught me to be a critical thinker when responding to a task 1. In order to respond to the task 1, I need to insert some important keywords or key phrase in my response.
I not managed to organize my point. So, because of that, I get lower marks for email writing. Then, after my teacher teach me the PNA+E technique, it helped me to organize my point more effectively, and it helped me to answer the question better than before.
For I use PNA plus E in task 1, I just give responses without planning. Therefore, most of the time I have a lot of irrelevant answers. It caused me to lose a lot of mark in task 1. After I use PNA plus E in task 1, my responses have become more organized when I answer task 1. All the prompts listed on the table can help me to answer the task 1 more precisely. Besides, I could identify the important keyword in the prompt.
And here you can see the mean scores of pre-test, post-test 1, and post-test 2. It shows that post-test 2 has higher mean scores. Now, these are some of the samples of students' work after the intervention. As you can see, they managed to elaborate further and they managed to identify the keywords. So, based on the findings, it can be concluded that the students' scores for content have improved, the students are more confident in writing, and they are happy because they managed to get instant feedback. That's all from me. Thank you.